Oh dear.
Hi, Carlyn.
Good morning, everyone. I will I will come back in your room, Sandra, for the chalice. How about that?
Did you do the chalice?
And I'm not sure.
Okay. All
I
right.
think you just do it with your own computer. Because, as Kirsten said, when I come back in that room, the audio on my laptop. I will come back in your room, Sandra, for the chalice. How about that?
Did you do the chalice?
And I'm not sure.
Okay.
All right. Just do it with your own computer.
Sandra, mute yourself.
Oh dear.
Mute.
Are we still having feedback even though I'm in a separate room? Just do it with your own computer. Kirsten said. Okay.
If either of you can hear the other from wherever you are, there will be that echo and or feedback.
Thanks, Gary. I'm on the first floor where Sandra is, so
Sandra, mute yourself.
that must be what's going on.
Mute.
Are we still having feedback even though I'm in a separate room?
Actually, yeah, I'll mute anybody who's not muted except Sandra.
Either of you can hear the other from wherever you are, there will be that echo and or feedback.
Thanks, Gary. I'm on the first floor where Sandra is, so.
Or just plug in headphones, plug in earphones to you. Actually, yeah, I'll mute anybody who's not muted except Sandra. Sorry about that.
It's time to start. Okay.
Hey, Rob.
Good morning. Good morning, All Souls Unitarian and guests. We have Daniel Kinsey as a guest and Liz Kellner and a few others. It's wonderful to see you all on the screen once again. And I'm joined this morning by Carlyn Saltman, who's now going to orient you to how we're going to use our time together as a deep listening in these times of trouble. So you're on, Carlyn.
I have to come sit where you are.
Okay.
So this is going to be different than we expected. We thought we could use my computer in the house with Sandra. So we'll just have to be switching chairs or lean on me.
That's all right. No, you go ahead.
So we've noticed that during these 2 years on Zoom boxes, communicating from our own separate Zoom boxes, that it's all too easy to forget the habit of acknowledging some of what someone else has said right before us. We used to do this all the time in real life, but on Zoom boxes, that habit sometimes gets forgotten. So I just wanted to talk for a moment about why and how Sandra and I have come to the conclusion that it would be useful to offer us the option to practice a little deeper listening from our Zoom boxes, since we may continue to need to do this in the future. And it's a good habit to develop anyway. So just give me some ideas. Talk to me for a minute, one by one, if you have, what are some of the reasons we would want to do this? What are some of the good reasons to practice acknowledging what the person before us has said? Anyone have any thoughts? Gary.
I'll pop in. Two pop to mind immediately. One is to, actually three, now that I think about it. One is to help internalize what I've just heard by repeating it. Second is to let the other person know that they've been heard, rather than just saying what we often do around here is heard, but then it's like, what did you hear? It raises the question. And third is to allow space for amplification and or correction. Like, oh, that's actually not
That's
what I
right. The
said,
person
or
who-
it's not what I meant.
Right. Those are three fabulous reasons. Is anyone thinking of any others?
Yes, to follow up on
Yes.
what Gary said, um, establishes that we are there together. By acknowledging what the person said, the other person hopefully gets it that, oh, I've just been heard. But it somehow, in my mind, it establishes we are together right now versus maybe more at a distance.
Yes. Yes, it helps create a sense of interwoven connectedness that then helps us build community together.
Yeah, that we're in on this together.
Yeah, we're in on this together.
Okay,
That's a beautiful way to put it.
thank you.
And another way, neuroscience. Oh, Daniel, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I love this because this is an actual real issue, both that to make sure that the thought got through, but also that your voice got received. I'm just aware that listening is the bigger part of communicating. And I think about how, like the Greek chorus in a play, just that we're all like listening so far in it, just like digestion is the bigger part of eating, or silence is the bigger part of music.
I love that metaphor. That listening is where the digesting and the nutrition comes in. So that's what we want to encourage today. No one has to do this. It's an option. And one reason it's a great option to take up is that neuroscience has been teaching us that every time we do something differently, the way we really want to, it's helping to build the neural pathways for that to happen more naturally and with greater ease in the future. So even if it doesn't feel totally natural, that's okay. It will the more we do it. So that's why we're encouraging you to take up the opportunity to practice today listening to the person before you, and you will know in the small groups, you will know who's right before you because you'll decide on what your order is among the 3 or 4 of you. So you'll know who to listen extra hard to, and you'll have the chance, hopefully in a few rounds, to practice this deeper listening and reflecting back at least some of what the other person said. The goal isn't to reflect back everything through a paraphrase, but at least 1 or 2 points. And you're going to know the order, as I said, because when we go into the listening rooms, I'm calling them listening rooms today instead of breakouts as an extra reminder what we're doing there. In the listening rooms, when you get there, you'll each decide on your order, 1 to 3 or 4, and just make sure you put extra focus on the person before you. And please choose a timekeeper, because the only way everyone will get 2 or 3 tries at this is if you go around 2 or 3 times. And so a timekeeper's role is really essential. And we're right here and now giving each other permission to wave the timer. I'm going to pretend this is my phone. You wave the timer really clearly when it's been a minute so that the person knows. And if they don't see it, just say, hey, it's been a minute. And our norm today is to let that interruption be okay. So the priority is on everyone getting equal time and several chances. So all this explanation comes before the chalice lighting because we wanted to get this part out of the way before going into ritual space with the chalice lighting and a poem by Sandra called Circles, and a prelude with words that are the basis for the questions that we're going to be asking in the listening rooms. So if you listen really carefully to the words of Precious Lord, you will hear the words for the questions, which Dan is also going to put in the chat. And we encourage you to just choose one of the questions at a time to answer each time you take a turn. Don't try to answer all 3 or 4 questions. I think there are 4, because that'll be too much for the person after you to reflect back. So just choose one each time. It doesn't matter which one, that's totally up to you. Here they are. How do you find home in troubled times? What do you trust? What do you love? And what helps you break out rooms as well? But feel free to copy them from your chat and put them somewhere on your computer where you can see them if they don't happen to show up in chat. And remember, when you're in the listening rooms, you can always ask for help by clicking the help button. All right, Sandra, I think we're going to do the chalice.
Oh, no.
Shall we just bring it here?
No, because it's got the flowers. Are you going to film it?
If I put my computer on, it will do the static.
Oh.
So if you want to just,
I'll bring it over here. Good morning again.
oh, we forgot to mention YouTube. Saying goodbye to the folks in YouTube.
Oh, goodbye to the folks on YouTube.
Tune in with the Zoom link if you have it.
Well, we'll take it. Well, let's take it through the.
I'm not
Chalice
gonna
room.
Yeah. I'm gonna light the chalice now. Unity with all Unitarians and all human beings who look to the light for guidance. I'm going to read a poem now that is for our chalice lighting. Circle, circle, circle. More power in a circle. More calm in a circle. More arms to hold the pain. More voices to raise the prayer. More breath to blow on the embers of hope after the holocaust of hate. More eyes to see what is being revealed. More hands to do the work of rebuilding trust in the goodness of humankind. More song, more silence to wait patiently for renewal and guidance. More balance to urge the disconnected and to restrain the urgent. More humility to sit with the unanswered question, why? More wisdom to turn over the as yet unturned stone for understanding. More patience to learn from the lessons of pain and loss. More broken hearts to open to forgiveness. More resilience to feel again the gift of the circle. More of being alive together. And we're now going to listen to the prelude, Precious Lord. When I was thinking about leading the service today, that song just came through to me. I didn't go looking for it. It found me. So I hope you will feel lifted and nurtured by the song.
When my way groweth drear, precious Lord, lingered near. When my life is almost gone, hear my cry, hear lest I fall. Take my hand, precious Lord, lead me home. Precious Lord, take my hand, lead me on. Let me stand. I'm tired, I'm weak, I'm worn. Through the storm, through the night, lead me on to the light. Take my hand, precious Lord, lead me home. When the shadows appear and the night draweth near, and the day is past and gone, at the river I stand. Guide my feet, hold my hand, take my hand, precious Lord, lead me home. Precious Lord, take my hand, lead me on. Let me stand. I'm tired, I'm weak, I'm worn. Through the storm, through the night, lead me on to the light. Take my hand, precious Lord, lead me home.
Over there. So, Carlyn and I are going to just model what it is you're going to do in the listening circles.
So you choose one of the questions that you want to answer.
Yeah, I want to answer, what do I trust? I reach down inside and I just find that whatever action I take next is what gives meaning to my life. What other people are doing or saying, to me, acting from a place of love, acting from a place of the dignity of all human beings, not getting wedded to who's right and who's wrong, but acting from a place of nonviolence. And that's what gives my life meaning, even if it costs me my life. And I'm trusting that in these wars that human beings generate, there is always the force for love and the force for power. And they stand against each other. And when Martin Luther King said, you know, the arc bends towards justice, but it takes a long time. I'm like, I understand what that means. And I feel committed to that justice, no matter what the costs are. And it will always be challenged.
I'm sorry to wave the phone in your face.
You're practicing.
But I'm practicing and showing the others what they're allowed to do. I heard that you trust coming from a place from love and nonviolence, even if it costs you your life. And I heard that you trust Martin Luther King's concept of the arc of the universe bending towards justice, even if it takes a really long time. You trust that. And that's what helps you come from a place of love and non-violence. That's what stays with me. Thank you. Choosing from the 4 for 1 minute or less. So I'm not going to do that now because we want to give you as much airtime as possible in groups of 3, ideally groups of 3. How does that work out, Dan?
We're 16, so one group would have 4, but I've already had a turn, so whatever group I'm in, put me in a group with 4.
So what's,
Annie's,
how much time do each of us get?
well, we're going to be in the group for 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay, so we'll figure it out, depending on how many people. Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't either of us be together?
Look at,
And what I'm going to do, folks, is I'm going to set up 4 breakout rooms. There are about 16 of us, so it'll be 4 per group, or somebody will have 3. And yeah, I'll
isn't
try
it
to.
3 per group? 3 per group, Dan?
No, there'll be 3 in one group
Oh.
and 4 in the rest. That's the way it's working out right now. And I'll do it so we're going to randomize and just assign you. So you'll get a message saying accept going to a breakout room, and then you can. But here are the questions. I'll put them in the chat when I have a chance. Let's see. So, shall I start the rooms now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan. As you probably know, you'll get a little signal on your screen that asks you to join a room. And you just click yes or accept. Join is the word.
So you and I are part